inspected dolphin work, so we need a...
Cory.
That was so freaking deep.
Do it again, Steve.
Alright, October of 1942. USS Whale gets underway from Pearl Harbor. It was her main deployment, and she was assigned the task of doing the first mine plant in Japanese waters. So she went to sea. She had some torpedoes, but mostly mines, and she was set to go to a strait that went from the Pacific Ocean to the inland waters, the Sea of Japan, is where she was tasked to go. So she goes there, she transits, and largely on the surface, submerging as necessary to avoid enemy planes and shipping to get to her target. She arrives October 25th, and she starts to do her surveillance of the area. They had pre-war information as far as where the shipping went, but because the submarine force had been taking the fight to the enemy since December 7th of 1941, the traffic patterns had changed. So although Whale had tasking to go to a specific place and lay her mines, after doing the analysis of where the shipping actually was over the course of several days, you know, in the great submarine tradition, she decided to deviate from her orders and plant the mines where she saw fit. So it turned out that the shipping was closer to shore than they had anticipated, and there was a couple of different routes that they charted would be the optimal place from the mine plant. So October 25th they surface, and they work in after dark, and oddly enough they had to avoid the Japanese mines, which were out there further from shore, to try and keep us from getting in there to do just what Whale was about to do. She walked away in there and she planted the mines throughout the course of the night. And then as sunrise was about to approach, she was working her way back out. She submerged when, lo and behold, she sees a Japanese convoy coming down. So what she do? She turns her bow around to get back into the fight, and she unleashes a load of torpedoes, and she scores several hits. She wasn't able to tell what she hit because of the visibility. All she could see was the ships exploding. Soon after that, a destroyer came out of port and forced Whale deep. But while she was deep, she heard, just based on where the shipping was that she just hit and the others that were coming, she heard 4 more explosions, and Japanese post-war records would confirm that at least one supply ship went down due to a mine where Whale had just planted. And the destroyer came out, and the Whale was subjected to a 17-hour depth charge. She had a 20-degree up angle, and you know, the crew was fighting through the leaks that occurred. She had every man that wasn't on watch had to go to the forward torpedo room to try and bring the angle off the ship. And after 17 hours, she was successful in opening up. So this is one where they live. They were successful in getting out away from that, and did manage to go home to report what she did, how she did it, which would subsequently inform future mine plants, which we did do in the next month after she came back. So I tell that story, one, to talk about, you know, the unconventional nature of what we do. Okay, that was the first time that we'd used a submarine to go do that. Had the advantage of you know, the covertness that the submarine brings to it, and our mobility to get in where they don't expect, you know, to do our work. The submarine, and I have talked about this a lot, the submarine is an asymmetric weapon. What do I mean by that? It's an asymmetric weapon. What I mean by that is that one submarine causes the enemy to disproportionately apply resources to counter it. We go in as one, and we are going against many, because that's the resources it takes against us. That's why we're concerned about other nations' diesel submarines and the proliferation of submarines, because we know how much of our resources it takes to counter a submarine. Imagine what it takes of the enemy's submarine, enemy's forces to counter us. We expand the range and the depth of the battlefield by our mere presence. Wait. All right, and with that, Charles shall see these presents. Greetings.
Greetings.
To Electronics Technician George Mahon, Electronics Technician Cory Christians, and Fire Control Technician Eric Pedraza. Having successfully completed the rigorous professional requirements for qualification in submarines, having gained a thorough knowledge of submarine construction and operation, having demonstrated their reliability under stress, and having my full confidence and trust, I hereby certify they are qualified submarines this day of May 2011. Signed, P.G. McLaughlin, Commanding Officer. The chest is too large. Well done, guys.
As customary, the floor is yours, gentlemen.
I just want to thank everybody. The list is too long, but I appreciate everybody taking time out of their schedules to help me along this process. Big shout out to A-Gang. You guys really got me ready with that murderboard, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say a lot of you guys helped me out, especially when you didn't have to, and I really appreciate that. It got me through pretty quick, and I still got a lot to learn, so I appreciate any help you can still give me.
Same thing, a lot of help, and more than probably my fair share of patience. And I want to thank everybody for their time.
All right.
Don't leave, you guys can sign the book.